Hello. Um, so in this video, we're going to explore the cost structure along the supply chain. Now, this is an example for manufacturing and then selling beer to the consumer, right? So it can be any beer product. I just assume maybe Budweiser, right? Uh, so as a consumer, you go to the grocery store and you see a six pack, and then we say that okay, the retail store put a price tag of $6.99, right? And this retailer, you go to the Walmart, right? Let's assume you go to Walmart. The retailer gets the product from wholesaler. Now, wholesalers sell for $4.62 to the retailer, right? So, and then the wholesaler also get the product from the distributor. So typically those are the bottlers, right? PepsiCo product has their own bottlers, beer has their own bottlers. So these are, bottler and distributor, right? Distributors sell to the wholesaler at a price tag of $3.36. Okay. And then we look at this, okay, to have a can of a beer, we need to have waters, right? A water and a grain and hops for brewing the beer. And then we also need aluminum can to, bottle those individual beers, right? So let's assume that hops and grain cost about 34 cents for that pack of beer, and then the aluminum can cost for $1.18. Okay. So the first step we want to know that, okay, along this supply chain, as you can see from this Excel sheet, I'm essentially listed the cost along the supply chain. In the very end, this is the consumer, and you pay $6.99. We want to know that what percentage of a cost account for the final product that you pay, right? So the retail charge for $6.99, and then this is the $6.99 divided by the $60.99 you pay, and this is essentially 100%. So retailer gets the 100% of the value there. Now retailer gets it from the wholesaler, and then the wholesaler value accounts for 66%. So essentially, that the retailer gain about 34% as a profit there, right? And then the distributor is charging us $3.36, and then this is divided by 69. The distributor accounts for 48% of the final cost that consumer pay. And then the aluminum can, the material cost divided by $60.99 and is 17%. Now this is the grain and hops, and then essentially the raw material, right? And this is divided by $60.99, and this gives us a 5%. Now here, what do we see there? As we move the product closer to the end consumer, there's more value happening, right? And when we trace back to the upstream of the supply chain, the raw material usually accounts for a very small portion of the overall production cost, right? Overall cost of that within the product. So traditionally, when we talk about operation, we very much focus on the production stage. So this is essentially hops, aluminum can, distributor price, right? This is the production process. Now, we know that we can do very good because we are excellent operation managers, right? But even though you can decrease the cost by a certain percentage point, the portion of that part of the cost is, it's a small portion of the overall cost, right? So nowadays, when we try to talk about supply chain mindset is that we look at overall supply chain. If we can coordinate better between between wholesalers, retailers, and distributors, and if we can reduce, let's say, 5% of cost here, essentially we can cover all the costs that we spend on the raw material side, right? So this gives us an idea that if we want to look at the efficiency within the entire supply chain, probably focus on the end of the supply chain, not the beginning of the supply chain. And that's essentially following the money along the supply chain and give us some idea in terms of operational improvement and cost reduction. And we really needed to focus on the consumer end of the supply chain. Okay. And that's about it.